Hey everybody, I'm getting ready to record this video, and as you can see, one of my dogs is very interested in it, maybe because of crypto. Abby, do you like crypto? Actually, smell something on the box. Anyway, I'm going to do a mail call here, see what came today. Try to do this in sort of a one-take vlog here. First, I wanted to show you guys this. This I picked up today at the store, because I don't have really a local comic book store, but the closest one, I was kind of in that part of the woods today, and I picked it up. I saw it. I never even knew this existed until I saw it, and I just picked it up because I thought the artwork was fantastic. I love this variant. It reminds me of one of my all-time favorite covers, which is Crypto, the Super Dog, done by Alex Ross, and I forget which Superman that is, and I didn't feel like digging through all the long boxes trying to find it here. So that's first thing today. Then this box came from Amazon. I'm a little worried because it's kind of crushed. Oh, Abby. Oh man, my dog just stepped on it, but it looks okay. It's got some of her drool on it, but geez, oh, I think there's some bending there. Ugh. Oh well, that was meant for all of 30 seconds, and now it's destroyed by a dog. All right. Anyway, so this came from Amazon. It's got something Batman in it. You can see the corners a little crushed, so I'm hoping the insides aren't too bad because Amazon's notorious. As you can see, I like collecting pops. They're notorious for having these pops come just crushed in the box. So let me pause this and let's see what we got. Okay, good news, bad news. The good news is the Batman item was not crushed in the box. The bad news is it's not in the box at all. I was expecting to get a Riddler from the 1966 Batman pop in here that I got for like $4.50 on Amazon, but it's not there. Instead, I've got these, which are going to be a present for somebody who loves Harry Potter. They are pencils, or pens actually, that look like witches' brooms. So that was what was in that box. So if you like Harry Potter, order yourself some. All right, let's check out the other box. So let me pause this here. So, all right, I've changed some stuff here, and I'll put a link down below if you are interested in these witches' broom pens, so that way you don't have to go looking all over searching for them. But this is my monthly comic shipment from Discount Comic Book Services. I am not sponsored by them or get any promotion from them, but they are who I use since I don't have a local comic book store, and they do have the best prices around. And you see their ads all the time in DC Comics. So if you're ever thinking about, if you're ever thinking about ordering them, this is kind of how it comes, and they are really good about packaging them securely. They usually have these like styrofoam inserts to keep it nice and cushiony, and then the individual books come wrapped. You can get them bagged and boarded for a little bit more, and then they give you an itemized receipt that shows each book, what the cover price was, what the discount was, and what you paid for it. So I always like to go through and just double check and make sure they've got everything. And this is their information if you wanted to try to get this for yourself. So let me open these bags and see what I got. And I'm pretty caught up on my reading list for right now, so I can give you a little, just kind of my 2 cents for what it's worth. Probably less than 2 cents, but my 2 cents on each book. So let's open these up. Here is my monthly supply. And in case you're wondering, the grand total for all these books, there are 44 books in total, came to $85.37. And, you know, I figure I spend about 20 bucks a week on comics. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. So, you know, 20 bucks, more people spend that on, you know, a couple bottles of wine or a case of beer each week. So I collect comics. But anyway, so they threw in this DC Nation for free, which I'll go over at some other time. Let's see what we got. Here's a new book, so I can't give you my 2 cents on the series so far, Justice League Dark, but it looks awesome. And if you're listening to our podcast, you saw that we interviewed James Tynion IV, and we talked about Justice League Dark and how this is going to be where the original owners of Magic have come back and they want their magic back. And then we mentioned something about how cool it was to have Detective Chimp And he said, yeah, and holding a sword. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. Hellblazer. This is the only book that I'm not quite caught up on. I'm on like issue 10, and I've really enjoyed what I've read. But I didn't realize this was the final issue. So this is, I guess, it. So we'll see how the good old days comes to an end. But I have been enjoying this. I'm just not caught up just yet. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. I think this is getting canceled soon. They're doing a whole Green Lantern revamp, and Grant Morrison is writing the book based on Hal Jordan. So this has been pretty good. I met Vendetti the other day at Ultimate Comics in Durham, and he was really nice. So this kind of looks interesting. They've assembled all these bad guys to help them fight an even bigger bad guy. They've got Zod, they've got the Yellow Lantern Akilo, they've got big-headed guy, I can't remember his name, and now they're going after him, but it's kind of like a Suicide Squad. This I actually read online. I've been really into the Flash War, so I bought it digitally just to read it, and this is really good. And it actually ties into the upcoming Heroes in Crisis, because Wally West will be going to the Sanctuary, and so it'll all tie into that. Now this book I also read online. I just couldn't wait, and this was amazing. This is the origin of Mime and Marionette, and it was so good. I mean, God, Jeff Johns is amazing, and the artwork is just fantastic on this book. I mean, look at that. Oh, Gary Frank, you're a genius. And when I read the before Watchmen series, it felt a little bit like fan fiction. It just felt kind of out of place. This feels so in place. In fact, Jeff Johns did such a good job. When I started reading issue 1, I was like, were Mime and Marionette, were they in Watchmen? Were they mentioned in Watchmen? Are they part of it? They fit in so well into that universe. And we had the Rorschach origin, or Rorschach #2 origin, in I think it was last issue or the issue before. So I just, oh man, I can't say enough about this issue. It was so good. Detective Comics, I'm missing James Tynion, but it's actually held up pretty good. And I don't know what this issue is about, but that cover reminds me of Kelly Jones. I wonder who drew this cover. Let me see. Does it say the cover? Because that looks like a Kelly Jones cover. No, Adriano Lucas. But man, that's pretty cool. This came with a bundle. I don't know what to think about this. Beach Blanket Bad Guys. Too bad I didn't have that a couple weeks ago at the beach. It might have been fun to read. It looks like it's probably not in continuity, probably fun. 10 swinging supervillain stories. So 10 stories for $10, $1 a story. That's a pretty good deal, and they probably looks kind of fun. Sometimes you need fun comics. Batman Beyond. This has been awesome. Dan Jurgens has been great, and I love the new Robin. So if you're not reading this, check out the new Robin. Again, Aquaman, I think they're getting a new creative team. I think they're going in a new direction, but this whole war with Atlantis has been fantastic. I'm going to miss Dan Abnett because I've loved it. Action Comics 1001. I'm not too sure what to think about this. This actually comes with a free digital. I've noticed less and less of the free digitals. It used to be every book that was $3.99 got a free digital. I'm trying to keep more of an open opinion, but I'm not hearing good stuff about Bendis's run, and I know the sales have been hurting. The sales have not been that good, and I've got nothing against Bendis. I haven't really read much of his work because he's more of a Marvel guy, but Dan Jurgens, just, oh man, his action run was so good. It's hard to get the new guy. Justice League 4. This has been good so far. I mean, it's Scott Snyder. What can't be good? And I've enjoyed Scott Snyder's little YouTube videos where he talks about it and talks about the opening. So if you're reading Justice League, definitely check out his YouTube page, and it just kind of adds a little bit to the book. Here's another book that I would not have purchased, but it was part of the bundle, and it looks kind of interesting because the artwork's fantastic. I mean, ooh, look at those muscles. And that's Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. And this can be fun because anything can happen. And, seeing Batman there, with the Masters of the Universe characters. That's pretty darn cool. And Seeley's a darn good writer. Harley Quinn, yeah, I'm not really into this book. It just kind of comes, and it just makes no sense that she's here in Brooklyn, and this one on Apocalypse, and also in Belle Reve Prison and Suicide Squad. So this is more, I feel like this book is out of continuity and is just kind of a silly farce, and DC's trying to have their Daredevil as Harley Quinn, but I like her better as a bad guy. Green Lanterns, here Dan Jurgens is writing this. It's kind of a murder mystery, and it's been pretty good. Jessica Cruz is going to be in that new for young viewers animated series that's kind of aimed at Power Girls, I think, or I don't know what the name of it is, but a lot of people think her books and her origin may be on the rise. I saw that on Comic Tom 101. This book, Brave and the Bold, this has been a tough one to read. There's so many characters and it's so strange, but it has been a very, very beautiful book to look at. The artwork on this book is just amazing. The story is a little tough. I don't know what's going on in the story. I read it and I don't know who's who and what's what, but it's beautiful to look at. Batwoman, I heard this book was coming to an end. I got to check that out, but that's cool. It's very steampunk. It's been a solid book that I've been reading, and I'm looking forward to her being in the CW, and I wonder if that'll increase the value of some of her origin books. I know her origin was in New 52. I mean the 52, not the New 52, 52, and then she had that detective run. Very interested to read this, the aftermath of the wedding issue. Batman 51, Cold Days. It's a Mr. Freeze story. What's Batman going to be like now that he's a single guy, not a fiance anymore? Wonder Woman has been a great book. They're getting another new creative team. It'd be interesting to see what direction they go with, but they've been doing the storyline, The Dark Gods, which came out of Justice League No Justice, and this whole story with Wonder Woman's brother, or half-brother, I guess. And so I think this might be the conclusion, but I'm looking forward to that. Titans, this book I was supposed to get last month, and then I guess it got back-ordered or something like that. Not quite sure how I feel about this being the Titans team. It doesn't really look like the Titans, and the last story arc, like from 1 to 22, was so good. It was like classic Titans, and it felt just like a good, team up book, like a classic X-Men or just it was just good. And so I'm a little nervous about that. Superman #1, kind of the same feelings as Action Comics #1, except I have no idea why they renumbered Superman. That makes no sense to me why it's #1. I mean, I know they do #1 to sell more books, but we just had all those Man of Steel books, and I just feel like if you're relaunching this with Bendis, why call it Superman 1? We just had a Superman and then a New 52 Superman. So this is the 4th Superman 1. Why don't I call this Adventures of Superman or Superman the Man of Steel or just something a little different to just make it different? I have too many difference. But anyway, I'll keep an open mind. Suicide Squad. This looks pretty good. Oh yeah, they were fighting Cobra. And that's why Deadshot's turning into a Cobra. And they've got Deadshot's daughter. Cobra's got Deadshot's daughter. And they are trying to turn her into, mind swap her with the leader of Cobra so that his mind will be in her body. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. And it's a Gilliam March cover. I love his art. Red Hood and the Outlaws. I think this book's coming to an end, too. But this has been really good. I'm very interested to see what's happening with Bizarro because he's been using this kryptonite to make himself really smart, but now he's going off the kryptonite and he's getting dumber, but really interesting. Plastic Man was a book that I was not interested. Read issue 1 and absolutely loved it. It was a great issue. It's Gail Simone at her best. I'm really looking forward to issue 2. It's been a fun book. And it's kind of a murder mystery, and Plastic Man may be the murderer. Hawkman 2, this is a new series. I wonder how long it will last, because Hawkman does not have a good track record, but so far it's kind of just been an introduction to who he is. Here's some more Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. This is issue 48. And it's so cool to see the Dark Stars back. This I already read, Flash War. The conclusion, it was pretty awesome. I wish I had the variant covers for these because they were so cool. Mira has been a solid series. Looking forward to her in the movie. It ties in very well with the Aquaman. Looking forward to the conclusion. Here's some more. I talked about Detective Comics. I read the Black Lightning miniseries just about 2 weeks ago. That was really good. I don't know if it's set in the DC universe or the CW universe, but it's really good. Here's Wonder Woman 51. Amazing cover. You can see it's a new writer, Orlando, there. But I guess we'll see what happens to the fallout of issue 50. Here we go. Teen Titans 51. Everyone's going nuts about Crush. Wish I had the variant cover with Crush on it because that one's going up in price. I don't know if people really like her or it's just speculation. Here's my one non-DC book, Saga. Like, if you can read that, it says Saga right there. This book just gets better and better every week. And I think they're going on a hiatus, so I'm going to miss it. Here's the Titans special, so I can try to find out why Titans is get this new team now. More Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. Man of Steel number 6. I read this one already because I read it digitally because I wanted to read it. And people were upset that Superman does not beat the bad guy and it's Supergirl who comes to the rescue. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was fine, but I don't know, people lose their minds on that crap. Nightwing, the variant cover of this is cool. I don't have it, but it's like the Nightwing skull. This has been an okay run. Mr. Miracle 10, oh my gosh. Oh, why are there 2 of them in here? I wonder if they charged me for 2 of them. Let me look on the bill here. Let's see. Where's my bill? Mr. Miracle. There it is, Mr. Miracle 10. No, they only charged me for 1, so if you need a Mr. Miracle, hit me up. Alright, so that happens sometimes. Mr. Miracle, number 10, left off with Mr. Miracle. Gosh, I don't want to spoil it for people, but it was such a good cliffhanger, so I can't wait to just see where it comes, and I'm not going to say it. If you haven't, go read 9. Justice League, Legion of Doom, that looks cool. I've seen this artwork in the ads. Harley Quinn, another one. Green Lanterns, we've talked about. Green Arrow's been really good. I don't know what they're doing with the book or where it's going. We've had some creative teams, but this looks like it's a new story arc. Citizen's Arrest Part 1, and great artwork. Oh, this book has been so good. Deathstroke vs. Batman. I'm going to do a whole video just on this, so I'll come back to that because I love that. Batman 52, we talked about. And last one, they're gone but not forgotten, the Super Sons. So how do you change continuity but then still have it tell a story that takes place previously in time? So those are my books for the month, and I need to get reading. So this has been Terrence from Robin. Everyone Loves the Drake. Please do us a favor and like this video, subscribe, and that helps us out on YouTube. And I will see you guys next time.